Chinese President Xi Jinping is in Cuba on the final leg of his four-nation tour to Latin America. China is Cuba's second-largest trade partner after Venezuela. CCTV's Michael Voss joins us live from Havana with more. Michael.
Elaine, so far this has been a very private trip. The first official act, a wreath-laying ceremony, only took place just over an hour ago, and up until now, everything has been taking place away from the media spotlight. We believe that President Xi Jinping has been to visit Cuba's former leader, Fidel Castro, and we also believe that it hasn't been confirmed that President Raul Castro took him to see the new port at Mariel, where Cuba is building a special tax-free special development zone. Now, for Cuba, the arrival of President Xi Jinping is seen as come at a critical point in this country's economic development. There are all these economic reforms going on, and President Raul Castro is very much pinning his hopes on direct foreign investment, and especially they're looking to the Chinese to invest in joint ventures and build factories in this development zone, partly for export to Latin America. We may see some initiatives this week, some letters of intent, particularly in areas like pharmaceuticals, but it's also really, this visit is a test of just how far the Chinese believe that Cuba's reforms are working. In the past, 3 years ago, when Xi Jinping came here as vice president, he signed a letter of intent for a $6 billion oil refinery and petrochemical complex. It hasn't materialized, and I think the feeling amongst a lot of observers has been that up until now, Chinese businessmen have felt that this is not a good investment climate, that the reforms haven't gone far enough. I think everyone's now waiting to see at the end of this visit whether, in a sense, Cuba's reforms get the Chinese seal of approval, and we do see some serious investment money coming into the island.
And Michael, what seems to be the mood there, if any, on the streets of Havana? Do you think that Cubans realize the importance of this visit by the Chinese president?
I think they do, and I think, you know, a lot of Cubans I've talked to recently have always talk about the incredible economic development that's taken place, the modernization that's taken place in China, and would like to see more of it here. At the same time, though, I think at an official level, there is a degree of wariness about the Chinese economic model, and officials here constantly say they're not going to follow the Chinese model. In some ways, they think it moved too far too fast. Cuban government is worried that if it really opens up to a free market, you're going to get growing inequality, which it doesn't want to see. So I think Cuba's going through a very slow, cautious reform, hoping that it doesn't generate social unrest and mass unemployment. But I think people here are looking to China as both a major political ally, but also perhaps can put some of its huge resources in to help Cuba develop.
All right, CCTV's Michael Voss live for us in Havana on President Xi's visit.